Paul Gilbert is the reason I play guitar today. He's the one that really took me over the edge from going from loving Kirk Hammett and all the pentatonic stuff to actually playing fast and trying to just become a better guitarist. And it's so fun to see that he has a new pedal out with JHS. I love JHS pedals and it's just perfect match. And it's in my favorite color. Finally make an overdrive or distortion. He's never had that. He only had like flangers and a detox, it was called, just cleaned up. So this is the first time he has a distortion. It's called the PG-14 and the 14 is actually his shoe size. Big guy, just saying. Today I'm playing through my solar guitar into my Hughes & Kettner Switchblade 50 watt with 606s instead of EL34s. That goes into the 2-notes captor and into my sound card. And the IRs I'm using today is Mikko. And this is my clean tone. So it's really clean and has a lot of headroom. I also added a little bit of reverb just to make it not so dry. Because guitar, when you play it alone, it sounds really bad. So this is my preferred settings. Yes, I can finally pull out all the Paul Gilbert songs out of my library. By the way guys, look at this. I slipped on the ice. But as the Paul Gilbert fan I am, this pedal is actually a little bit weird. Because it isn't a Razor X pedal. It isn't a Paul Gilbert solo stuff pedal. Maybe a little bit Mr. Biggish, but it's mostly Paul Gilbert right now, playing blues. So it's a really good blues pedal. Kind of like that. Paul Gilbert also loved that kind of Van Halen crank Marshall Plexi kind of sound, and this pedal really gives that. And that sounds really cool, but something that kind of disappoints me is that the low end is really flubby. So when you play fast like that, when you get down here, it's pretty good, but up here, you get no attack, and that kind of bumps me out, because it distorts the low end so hard, it's like it's kind of flubby like that. So that's kind of my problem with it. But let's take a look through the EQ settings and see what we can do. If you say Paul Gilbert 3 times in the mirror, you will get all his skills and hair from the 90s. Think about it. Let's take a look at the knobs. So we have a volume, mid, drive, tone, mid-frequency and push. And push is something real special with this pedal. Let's take the setting we have right now, just push it all the way. So what you're hearing is actually what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to simulate an amp that Paul had back in the days when he was learning how to play guitar, and had like valves that was like struggling when he hit fast and hard. So what the push actually is that it's a preamp hitting the FET amplifier in the pedal. Let's try without any push. No sound at all, so you have to have a little bit push. So if you want to have a lot of distortion, you need to add some push. And then you also get that effect when you hit it hard, like kind of like that. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It works great with leads, but you can't play any riffs with it. So let's put it back at 12 o'clock and take more look at the knobs. So let's just play with the tone. I have it on max right now. Let's put it on 0. So let's take a look at the mid frequency. So you can hear that the mid frequency, when you have it at 12 o'clock, doesn't do a lot. Let's try to scoop it away, all the mids. When we remove all the mids, we hear the flubbiness in the low end. So it's not a shaggy pedal if you're looking for a shaggy pedal. All the way, let's boost. Now it's more like the Racer X kind of sound you're used to, but still you cut away so much bass. So the problem is that it actually removes a little bit too much bass, so you're left with nothing. Maybe get some shagginess back. Let's move the frequency a little bit. So it works kind of like that. So that actually works more like a tube screamer with pushing it in the middle stuff. So let's keep it at that and play maybe a little bit. Let's take a look at the drive at 1. A little weak. Let's go up a little bit. $12 o'clock. Here it gets really floppy. All the way it gets really floppy. So here's the thing, Paul never uses the drive that much. So I think he has it more like here. Paul uses this more like first step distortion into his super clean plexi, and then he has a tube screamer. So I'm gonna add a random tube screamer that I built myself, just to see how that sounds like. Oh, I did it. And now it makes way more sense for those guys thinking Paul Gilbert and shred. This is where you get the compression and all the help you need in your shred. So guys, that was the PG-14 by JHS pedals. It's a different kind of monster than I thought it would be, but it's super useful, and I'm gonna use it a lot. And it's my favorite color. And I think the color scheme is from a PGM. Maybe that's why it's my favorite color. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Likey, clicky, something. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.